I'm worried about winning. I think the rest will take care of itself. You know, it's good for the quarterback position overall. I'd be lying if we said otherwise. But I'm worried about winning right now. You know, I don't know the timeline on it. You know, we haven't talked about it because I'm worried about winning this season. I'm not doing the negotiations, so quite frankly, I don't give a damn. I'm worried about winning week 1, then going on to week 2 and focusing on that week, 1 week at a time. And that's my mindset. So no matter how many times I get asked this question throughout the year, it's going to be the same answer because that's just the truth.
Good Monday afternoon to you. Hope you had a great weekend. Baker Mayfield talking at the Orange and Brown practice yesterday. Let's welcome in Mary Kay Cabot, Brown's beat reporter for cleveland.com and the Plain Dealer. Mary Kay, you said that's exactly the mindset Baker Mayfield should have, correct?
Yes, 100%. I mean, he should not care because it actually behooves him if they don't get it done before the season. It behooves him to go out there and pad that resume a little bit, to go out and show that he belongs up in that same pay grade with Josh Allen, who is now making $43 million a year as the second highest paid quarterback in the NFL behind Patrick Mahomes. And then Lamar Jackson is going to make something very similar if he gets his done before the season. So Baker Mayfield doesn't necessarily have the same resume that those guys have in terms of a Pro Bowl or a runner-up for MVP or an MVP in the case of Jackson, multiple trips to the postseason. He doesn't have a top 10 ranking or anything like that. So it really behooves him to go out in this Kevin Stefanski offense and show exactly what he is and what he is capable of when you put a full season together, essentially, starting with midway through last year and then the first part of this year. If you have that body of work, you can sit down at the bargaining table and say, here's who I am, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
And really, in fairness to Baker Mayfield, there were a bunch of circumstances early that, you know, were not great for him that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson didn't have to overcome. But to your point, he's in a good system now. They know what his strengths are. And you would expect this to be kind of a jumping off point where he's going up and ascending.
Well, absolutely. You know, it's going to be a little bit difficult, I think, in the early going to compare Baker right to a Josh Allen right now, because as I mentioned before, you know, he doesn't have the same pedigree at the moment, but I think he's going to get it. And like you said, it was a jumping off point last year when he started, when the lights really came on. He was the second best quarterback in the last 7 games of last season, and just only to Patrick Mahomes. So when you put that all together and then what you saw in the playoffs, which again were excellent, that victory over the Steelers, then you start to see the body of work and what he's going to be able to do in this offense, not only just with what he has around him on offense, but now what he has around him on defense. I've had a number of NFL quarterbacks over the years tell me that their best friend is an amazing defense. And now he's going to have a defense that can really supply him with a lot of takeaways, help set him up in great field position, continue to get off the field and get the ball back for the offense. So, you know, now they've got a defense that can complement the offense. And there's just a lot of reason to believe that he's going to be very successful in the first part of this season for the contract purposes, and then for the rest of it for playoff purposes.